Hello students! Today I'm going to review some grammar with you, and I am using the Basic English Grammar book PowerPoint resource from Betty Azar and Stacy Hagen. So in the last lesson we looked at comparatives and we looked at using ER. For example, Nicola is taller than Bradley. So we had that sentence, right? Nicola is taller than Bradley. I think you remember that form. And remember, can we say Nicola is more tall than Bradley? No, we cannot. With one syllable short adjectives, we do not use more. We say taller, we add the ER, right? Now, here, happiness is more important than money. This is different, right? Do we say happiness is importanter than money? Do we say importanter? No, we do not, right? It's more important, okay? So you may be asking, when? When do I use more? And when do I use ER? We're going to look at that. Let's look at those two sentences together. So we have Nicola is taller than Bashir. And we have happiness is more important than money. So we see there are two ways of making the comparative form to compare using adjectives to compare two things. So we have taller than, and we have more important than. So to compare two persons or things, we need our adjective, and then we use ER at the end of the adjective for words that have one syllable, right? One sound, like tall, right? Tall. One syllable, we add ER. Also, the adjectives that end in Y, like happy, would be happier, right? So we add ER to our short adjectives that have one syllable. For our longer adjectives, we're going to use the word more in front of the adjective. So more important, right? We don't say importanter, we say more important. And with both of these, we always need than at the end, right? So taller than, more important than, right? So very important to keep than there. We cannot say Nicola is taller Bashir. No, Nicola is taller than Bashir. We need to say happiness is more important than money, not happiness is more important money. Okay, continuing. For adjectives with two or more syllables, for example, famous, two syllables, we use more. So more famous, right? Another example, important, right? Like the sentence before, right? About happiness is more important than money, right? So important, right? That's three syllables, three sounds. So we use more. Okay, or interesting, right? Like for some people, right? Books about history are more interesting than books about romance, right? So again, more with adjectives that have 2 or more syllables. Remember, syllables are the sounds. How many sounds does the word have? In addition, there are some irregular comparative forms that probably you have heard before. For example, for good, it's better, right? For example, are tacos better than pizza? Or are pupusas better than tacos? Similar, bad. So the opposite of good is bad, and it is also irregular. We would say worse, right? Like maybe if you go to the doctor and you don't feel well, right? You may say, if you don't feel better in 3 days, you come back, right? And you call, you say, oh yes, I am not feeling better. I feel worse, right? So it'd be bad grammar, but it's more bad, right? But we don't say more bad. We don't say more good. We have to say better or we say worse, okay? There's one more example here, which is far. You can say far or, so for far is either farther or further, okay? I'm missing a slide here. Oh, that was hiding. Okay, so we have those 2 examples. Nicola is taller than Bashir. Happiness is more important than money, right? So there are 2 different forms for comparatives when we're using adjectives to compare, right? So with our 1-syllable short words or the adjectives that end in Y, we add ER. Taller than, happier than. For our longer words, we use more important than. Also, don't forget than. You need than. For example, here, happiness is more important. Money, that is not correct. Don't forget the word than.